Hey everybody, Kyle Goth here from GoatFilmReviews.com and the Goat Film Reviews YouTube channel. I've got my first reaction to the 2022 release Sleep No More. I just got a screener of this film sent to me recently, so I thought I would check it out. It follows two brothers who are basically trying to make ends meet. One of them is performing soliloquy in public, the other one is robbing the people that are watching the soliloquy. And basically are trying to just keep their house and family together while their father drinks and gambles all the money that they bring in. One of those crowd pleasers, right? Yeah, so for me, this was a movie that I had not heard of until the screener got sent to me. It was directed by Antonia Bogdanovich and stars, we have Thomas Brodie-Sangster from, I believe, Love Actually and Game of Thrones. We have Tobin Bell in the film. We have Rebecca Romijn appears as kind of like a Stacy's mom type character, if you will. So we've got some people that are notable in the film, and we've got a story that, well, we've seen it done many times before, involving characters kind of getting into crime in order to make ends meet. This kind of tragic backstory thing. The movie works for a while. I think especially when it's focused on the two brothers in relationship with their father, played by Sebastian Roche. I think I'm saying his name right, but he was, I know Sebastian Roche from Fringe. He played one of the villains on that show. And I think he's a quite capable kind of character actor we haven't seen a lot of. So I was into that central relationship of them trying to make ends meet. In the introduction of one of the brothers has a school friend that he comes across who he discovers is in the money printing business. The fake money business, and then gets involved. It kind of starts to go off the rails then, because I just don't think it's kind of like that life of crime, looking cool thing. I mean, there's an actual moment in the movie where the guys have printed so much money that they're walking into a casino, and one of the guys is wearing a suit, and he's like, "Yeah, I got money." And it's kind of that's indicative of kind of the roteness of the overall film, and how it kind of doesn't feel. I'm not sure what the movie's trying to be at that point, because it seems like they're going down a realm of kind of an interesting, realistic take on the struggle to make ends meet. And by that point, by the 2/3 of the way through the movie, we've kind of jumped off the rails and have gone into this ludicrous crime story. And neither of those two halves of the film can reconcile each other, especially when it ends in this kind of giant finale set piece. With Tobin Bell from Saw as kind of like a gangster crime boss guy. And I think when we got to that point, I've just completely fallen off of what the story is, because we've just dived in the opposite direction so heavily that I don't think it's doing anything anymore. So that was frustrating to me, because I felt like at the initial part of the film, sure, it's something we've seen before, absolutely, but with these kinds of characters and this kind of story, as I've always said, stories have all been told before. It's just how you tell it at this point. And I know making a smaller film like this can be really difficult. I think smart choices were made in the first half of this film. It's just that as the film goes on, it gets more ludicrous. It overextends past its reach. And I think ultimately kind of just seems a little silly at the end. And I don't think that's the impact that the filmmakers are going for. I think there's a lot of things in the movie that should be better, and definitely have the ability to be better. But yeah, what we really just have is we've got, I think it's, am I saying it right? Luke Kleintank, who plays Beckett, and Thomas Brodie-Sangster, who plays Samuel, the two brothers. There's a lot working in that central relationship. We just dive out of there for so much time of the film and kind of go down these odd pathways. So all in all, Sleep No More, I thought it was just okay. I was really feeling the vibe of it for about half of the film, 2/3 of the film, until we dived off into kind of just a peculiar place that I don't think aided that film, or me as a viewer in watching it. I just don't think I was getting anything out of it at that point. It kind of lost that entertainment, and it kind of lost that impact, because it was just kind of silly after a while. So those are my thoughts on Sleep No More. Let me know once you've seen the film down below what your thoughts are on the film. Maybe you have a completely different take. I think this is one of those movies that I'm not inherently trashing. I just think it's fine, and I think there probably is a market for somebody out there to enjoy this. I just wasn't one of those people. So let me know what you thought down below, and while you're down there, please like and subscribe. There are 2 free things you can do that help to support the channel immensely, and you never miss new episodes of the show as they drop. You can also find Goat Film Reviews on Facebook, goatfilmreviews.com as well, and you can find me personally at Almighty Goatman on Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd, and Threads. And you can find my show, Kyle and Nick on Film, that I co-host with Nick Plotchuk from the St. Paul Filmcast. We have new episodes of that show every single week. There's also a link down in the description for the Minnesota Film Critics Alliance, of which I'm a member. You can check out that link for other local critics as well as myself and see what we thought about the various films coming out now. Go ahead and check all those links out. They're down in the description, and we'll see you next time.